1st of November. I'm Amani, I'm your holistic astrological life coach. So yeah, this new moon takes place in the 16th degree of Libra, and this has the Sabian symbology, a boat landing washed away. So I'm going to talk about the holistic astrological, practical, worldly, materialistic, financial, social, collective meanings of this new moon. As I like to do, go in depth and break down every component to help you, use this new moon's energy to your advantage. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about what the new moon represents in astrology and what the spiritual and psychological meanings are, and just the things we can do. So all in all, in astrology, the new moon is a catalyst, it's the pulse, it's the ground that can provide us with personal growth and transformation if we are willing to, take the new beginnings. This energy wants us to do. It wants us to take fresh starts. This could even mean restarting a project or relationship for some of you. It is also a powerful tool for manifesting your goals and intentions. So it marks the perfect opportunity for self-reflection, intention setting, and as the moon disappears from the view, because we don't really see the moon at the time of the new moon, it invites us to turn inward, reflecting on our desires and whether they align with our goals, our life purpose and our true authentic self. And by actively engaging in the new moon energy, we can promote more clarity and focus within ourselves, and using tools such as journaling, meditation, or creating vision boards, which I'll go a bit more in depth about later, can really help us focus. Now, remember, tools like journaling, meditation and vision boards, they help us recognize our emotions, let go of our emotions, visually see what we want to manifest, but we have to take practical action, daily steps to bring our desired reality into reality. So yeah, we can take this attentional approach, and this allows us to plant the seeds of our goals, nurturing them in the fertile ground of our subconscious mind. It puts a spotlight on our thoughts. A lot of the time we have these thought patterns that we need to release, and the only way to release them is to take time to work through our psychological, emotional and spiritual traumas. The new moon also symbolizes the cyclical nature of life. We have spring, then we have summer, then we have autumn, and then we have winter. So it reminds us that just as the moon phases transition, from new to waxing gibbous and full moon and crescent moon, so can our circumstances and mindset. So we can change. We feel that we can't change because we've been programmed to conform, and a lot of people say, oh, once you pass a certain age, or people like you don't do this or that, but it's up to you what you do with your life. So it encourages us to release our limiting beliefs and past disappointments, making way for personal transformation on all levels by reprogramming our subconscious mind, so we can seek out tools. Speakers like James Allen, Florence Goverson, Marcia Rosenberg, Scott M. Peck, Neville Goddard, even Manly P. Hall, who else, Louise Hay, Tara Brach, Jiddu Christopher Murphy, Anthony DeMello have helped me reprogram my subconscious mind. So you search out the tools that help you, because that's part of it. You can listen to them while you're driving, while you're sleeping. You'd be amazed what the mind picks up, and how slowly doing things to change the negative thoughts in your subconscious mind can help you to let go of what no longer serves you and create a space for new opportunities opportunities to enter your life if you take care of it on the mind, body and soul level. So taking care of your mind by working through your traumas, taking care of your body by eating right, sleeping right, eating the right foods for you, and taking care of your soul by engaging in some sort of spiritual practice. And if we're willing to do this, we can empower ourselves to take charge of our growth and align with the universe's natural rhythms. So spiritually, as I said, it wants us to confront our innermost thoughts, feelings and goals without the distractions of the external world. So taking some time out, even if it's just 5 minutes to be alone in your car, in your room, in your home if you live alone, if people are out. And by embracing the stillness and darkness of the new moon, we can dig into our subconscious, uncovering hidden truths and unrecognized desires. And through this self-reflection, we can also uncover ways to face our hidden truths, use our hidden talents, and to meet our unrecognized repressed desires. It serves as a pathway to understanding our soul's purpose and aligning our life with it. And as we increase our connection to our inner wisdom, practices such as lighting candles, intention setting ceremonies, and even guided visualizations or energy clearing rituals can help facilitate and support you gain a deeper sense of self-awareness on your spiritual journey. And as you honour this sacred time, you may find that the new moon not only illuminates your aspirations but also reveals the obstacles that get in the way of your growth. And a lot of the time we are the ones, our mindset, our unwillingness to let go, our need to stay in our comfort zones are often the big reasons we don't live the lives we want, or the toxic ways we relate to ourselves and others, or the toxic ways we allow our other people to relate to us. And again, this is not about victim blaming or anything like that. A lot of the time we can get in these coercive relationships and situationships that we can find it hard to get out with, but by reaching out to maybe organisations that can help you, and I know they're limited, but by really making a plan, especially if you are in a coercive relationship, and make sure you put it in a safe space on how you can get out of the circumstances you are in that is stopping you from being empowered. So ultimately, the new moon is about, it's new, but it's also dark, and darkness is not something we normally, put together with, newness, but it wants us to embrace the duality and create a sense of balance within ourselves between our strengths and weaknesses, our light and dark, and to try and build some more self-worth, confidence and clarity into our lives, or to continue to build it if you're already working on that. So ultimately, it's a sacred time of renewal where we can develop, cultivate more self-awareness, love, forgiveness, acceptance, and create a profound connection to the universe and our own spirit, our higher consciousness. So talking more about the esoteric, the mundane interpretations of the new moon, it wants us to reflect on what we wish to cultivate in our life, write down specific goals and desires, and create a tangible reminder of your intentions, reinforcing your commitment to pursuing them as the moon waxes through its stages, encourages us to release the past and let go of habits that no longer serve you. And this process of decluttering your emotional, spiritual and psychological baggage can create space for you to have more renewed passion about the life that you're living, or the life you want to create for yourself. So, choose a ritual that resonates with you and take some time out for quiet reflection, and create an environment, that's right, productive for you to be able to bring more practicality and stability into your life. So more about the esoteric meaning. So symbolically, it wants us to connect with our inner self and the universe, the higher power, whatever you call it, using visualization or intuitive readings from others or from yourself, and just sitting there with yourself and allowing yourself to access hidden knowledge and guidance that enriches your spiritual journey. And as the new moon represents on the esoteric level the darkness of the womb, a lot of us were born in the womb. It invites us to explore the depths of our psyche, creating self-discovery and inner wisdom. You can use tools such as tarot cards, crystals or astrology to enhance your understanding of this phase, and you may consider selecting a specific tarot card or any other card that resonates with your intentions, or use crystals that align with new beginnings like clear quartz, which I can recommend, or moonstone. And it just wants us to take these moments of quiet reflection to listen to our intuition and uncover insights that may have previously eluded you, you may have ignored or you may have not been able to grasp before. So by deepening your spiritual practice in this way, you can align yourself with the natural rhythms of the cosmos, and ultimately it wants you to engage in things that can help you and connect with yourself. So any form of meditation such as mindfulness, breath work, mantra can help you, center your thoughts and emotions. Also, lighting a candle or using incense to purify your area, allowing the ambience to support your focus. You can write down your intentions on paper and express them clearly and positively, and this act not only nullifies your desires but also reinforces your commitment to manifest them in coming weeks. So by visualizing the energy of the new moon and see it enveloping you, surrounding you, protecting you, comforting you, and allowing you to have more motivation. And some of you may choose to repeat affirmations that align with your intentions, but remember, you need to also put practical actions into any tool that you are using. It's not just about visualizing or affirming, it's about, creating a life, changing your life habits so you can provide the right ground for these things to manifest, and by engaging in mindful rituals you can transform your life as you start not only this new lunar journey but a new phase of your life if you wish. So yeah, that's the end of looking at what the new moon means from all angles. So now I'm going to talk about the holistic meanings of November's new moon in the 16th degree of Libra and the 1st of November. So ultimately, this new moon wants us to reflect on the themes of balance, relationships and transformation. It encourages us to recognise what stability means to you in your life, and as you navigate through the changes symbolised by the Sabian symbol, a boat landing washed away, which I will go more in depth about in about 30 minutes into this audio. But yeah, we may find that aspects of our life that once provided us with a sense of security or foundation are now shifting, pushing us to adapt and reconfigure our approach to both our personal and collective dynamics. It's a time for you to reflect on the balance between stability and change, pushing you to assess the foundations of your relationships, partnerships and personal goals. So practically, as I said, the energy of Libra emphasizes harmony, cooperation, encouraging us to actively seek out a better way of being in the world and, collaborations with others that resonate with our current goals. So this can be anything from partnerships, business partnerships or intimate relationships. It wants us to rethink our role within our existing relationships, as well as identifying boundaries that promote mutual respect and support. And by embracing change and new perspectives, you can create a more fulfilling and balanced environment in both your personal and professional lives. Additionally, it inspires us to take a closer look at our financial habits and material possessions, which I'll go more in depth about in a while, and you may feel more inclined to streamline your resources. Now, resources means your energy and time as well. You may be wasting time and your energy on a, toxic business partnership or intimate relationship or hookup as well. And by really focusing on what truly adds value to your life, you can begin to make moves on whether, appreciate, well, I've got a really good business partnership, relationship, hook up here, or whether, you need to let that go if that's getting in the way of your, psychological and emotional happiness and physical and financial stability as well. So it wants us to make informed decisions regarding our investments, from money to relationships, and align them with our core beliefs and desires. So thinking about your core values, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus also rules Taurus, the second house. So your inner values, your values towards money, your values towards materialism, and it wants us to also really look at what will bring us long-lasting growth and stability right now as well. Now, on the worldly, materialistic level, as I said, it wants us to, let go of what no longer serves us. So we may decide to cut loose, let go of outdated material ties. We may discover that certain possessions or financial commitments or even careers get in the way of your growth on the psychological, emotional, spiritual levels, pushing you to embrace a more flexible approach in the pursuit of your happiness. And if we, put it under context and consider how societal expectations and consumer pressures can impact our relationships with material goods. And it's all about having the best car, so this person will think on what wealthy, or having the best house and buying the best jewelry and clothes and drinking the finest alcohol and food, eating the finest foods and all of that. This energy wants you to think about what actually makes you happy, not what the world tells you what will make you happy, but what actually makes you happy. Ultimately, it invites you to seek a harmonious balance between what you own and your personal values, guiding you to create a lifestyle that reflects authenticity rather than just mere acquisition, just buying it just so look at what I've got sort of thing, look at me, or living up to what other people expect you to have at certain stages in your life. And by letting go of excesses and focusing on quality over quantity, you can create a more meaningful connection with your resources, leading to increased satisfaction as you align your material world with your deeper aspirations. Financially, as I said, because it encourages healthy collaboration and intimate partnerships and hookups and stuff, it's an excellent time to explore joint ventures or investment opportunities that resonate with your values or your vision. We may find that working with others or saving resources can generate innovative ideas and solutions that increase our financial outlook and stability. Also, some of you may revisit your financial goals and strategies, and doing this can bring fresh insights. You may think, I know what I'm doing, I've got a plan sorted, but you never know, going back over old financial goals and strategies can bring you fresh insights and methods to optimize your income streams, and it reminds you to look for avenues that enable you to diversify your investments and pivot towards sustainable options that bring yield long-term benefits. And by engaging in community-oriented projects or initiatives, this can also provide unexpected financial rewards, and it emphasizes the importance of collective well-being in your financial goals. On the social collective level, it wants us to think about social trends, reflecting on cultural narratives, the stories we are told as truths in the world, and also your group affiliations, are your friends, people you spend time with, really aligned with where you want to go. And this is not about not being loyal or anything like that. It's really looking at your friendships, partnerships and networks, and just making sure that they really align with not only communal values but your own values. It wants us to identify any patterns of behaviour that either strengthen or hinder, get in the way of your interpersonal bonds, pushing you to embrace a more inclusive and cooperative approach. So although it wants us to rethink our relationships, it wants us to cooperate, but in healthy ways, by putting the right boundaries in place as well, and also accepting people for who they are and not who we want them to be, And as we navigate, this new moon, we can find that creating a sense of belonging and community, or understanding at least, can enrich our relationships, but we have to make sure that we don't people please, we don't avoid conflict. What we want to do, if conflict comes up, we want to practice active listening, we want to try and compromise, but what we don't want to do is let people walk over us or walk over other people. But ultimately, by participating in joint activities or support networks, we can increase our own social interactions and also contribute positively to the collective and our social interactions in general. And by embracing the spirit of teamwork, this can lead to deeper emotional connections and shared experiences that resonate with the ideals of harmony and balance, and this is what Libra embodies. So take this opportunity to develop relationships that are mutual, beneficial and reflective of a shared vision for growth and connection. Okay, so in terms of relationships, as I said, it wants us to create stronger connections with others, but it also wants us to prioritise our own needs and desires right now, and let go and release outdated thought and relationship patterns that no longer serve us, to allow for healthier connections to emerge. Because a lot of the time we're like, I want better for my life, I want a better partner, but we hold on to our old life. So how can the new come in if we're holding on to the old, And having gone through this process of letting go of the old, I can assure you, when we do let go of the old, newness just come in. And when we take power of our life and build more self-love and acceptance and forgiveness in our life, because even if we made the biggest of mistakes, and I believe a lot of the time we don't remember our past lives, because I believe in reincarnation, because if we did, oh my gosh, I think we'd be even worse, because we look how we treat people who have done, and you can't see me using comments, bad things, and I'm not negating, the raw bad behaviours, heinous acts that we should never do to another human being. But imagine if we came to the knowing that we did these heinous acts in past lives, then this would stunt our growth. So, building self-love and acceptance goes a long way in forgiving yourself for mistakes, because we're all only human and we will make mistakes. So the sailing symbol of a boat landing wash away requires us to take a new approach to navigating the emotional, psychological, relationship, even financial and physical waters, areas of our life. And it wants us to rethink how we relate to ourselves and others, as I said, and also where we truly, stand in our life's journey. So on the relating level, it wants us to, gain renewal, a rebirth, by letting go of past grievances, because the 16th degree of Libra is in the fiery way, which runs from the 15th degree of Libra to the 15th degree Scorpio. So we've got Pluto influencing this energy, Scorpio influencing this new moon as well. So it wants us to, make sure that we are developing more of a sense of peace and balance in our lives and with ourselves and those around us. But sometimes we have to go through the fire, right? We have to let go of the old. We have to burn a little on the emotional, psychological and spiritual levels to invite this newness or gain this newness in our life. In terms of the psychological meanings, it wants us to make the conscious decision to confront and process emotions tied to previous experiences. It requires us to gain more self-awareness, and as we discern which aspects of our past are beneficial and which get in the way of our growth, and when we acknowledge these elements that are holding us back, we can release the emotional, spiritual, psychological baggage that weighs us down, making room for fresh opportunities. This new moon in Libra on the 1st of November really wants us to make, and by reflecting on our personal stories, our past traumas, and understanding their impact on your current mindset. With a lot of the time, when we was younger, maybe you had a neglectful parents, and I believe everybody's parents, apart from maybe the lucky 10%, messaged them up in some way. And yes, some traumas are deeper than others, but how I have come to make peace is I believe our parents were doing the best they could at the time, and even when it seems like they weren't, maybe they had addiction issues and you think they should have stepped up and stuff, but astrology says we've all got different tolerances, different life lessons to learn, different, stamina, maybe you would never do that to your child, but your parent did that to you because, I don't want to say that they were weaker than you or anything, but it wasn't in their life path, and maybe part of their life path was to show you how to become stronger. And even though it was some cool things, and again, I am not tolerating or saying you victim blaming or saying any form of abuse is right, but a lot of the time what I believe is like, we say that, I don't know, cocaine, alcohol and whatever is the biggest killer, but I believe the biggest killer of humanity is childhood. We die somewhere between 0 and 25, and then we just live out this existence. And then some of us get it back maybe in our 50s and 60s, So it wants us to really sift our perspectives and, get the therapy, do the work, do the inner work, continue the shadow work, whatever it is you're doing, research the tools to become a more whole and accepting you. And it really wants us to, forgiveness really, especially self-forgiveness, plays a crucial role in this new moon. And as we allow ourselves to forgive ourselves, and others, this can facilitate a new emotional, psychological and spiritual freedom that can make way for new beginnings. And, it's not about diminishing the past experiences and the effect they had on you. It's serving as a push for you to grow and reclaim your power and redefine your future, rather than just becoming a product of your past. To say you experienced childhood trauma, you messed up for life, and it's because it changes our brain, right? But if we take the time, the slow, steady steps, some of you take 5 years, others 10, 15, 20, but you can get there. And by embracing a new way of being, new experiences, you can step into a life that resonates with your true life, So on the spiritual level, the same being symbol about landing washed away wants us to be more adaptable, more resilient, and it provides the energy we've been supported, especially when I talk about the aspects in the world. And it wants us also to reflect on the impermanence of structures and situations in our life, and encourages us to embrace change rather than just resist it. And just as a boat landing can be swept away by tides, your current circumstances may shift, pushing you to navigate, the unknown, the uncharted waters, newness, and this can be scary. A lot of the time we stay in our toxic relationships, our comfort zones, because the comforting, it's what we know, right? And what we don't know can be really, really fear-inducing for us. So it needs us to, develop more flexibility in our mindsets, reminding us that the ability to adjust, to change to new conditions is essential for personal evolution and growth, and, resilience becomes a guiding principle as we embark on this new level of change. If you are willing to do that, or you continue the work of changing, and it encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth, reinforcing the notion that flexibility is not merely about survival, but thriving, amidst the change. And by recognising that the loss of familiar foundations can lead to new paths and experiences, we can build a framework of strength that allows you to face life's unpredictability with more confidence and groundedness and inner resilience, and a feeling of, yes, I've got this, I can do this. And the only way to do that is to, build your inner self-worth and self-esteem, or continue to do that work and just stand firm in your convictions, by building more self-love, acceptance and awareness, and by trusting your inner resources and remaining open to transformation. This will empower you to create a future that resonates with your, evolving self, your ever-changing as you uncover your authenticness and begin to love yourself for who you truly are, rather than what you may have become due to, your past experiences in life, Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the aspects that the moon and the sun are making at the time of this new moon. So the first aspects I'm going to talk about are that the moon and the sun are making a trine to Saturn, and this is applying, and the moon and the sun's making a sextile square to Neptune as well, and this is also applying. So the sun and moon's trine to Saturn brings us stability and discipline. So it supports what this new moon wants us to do. It helps us with our emotional and creative plans, bringing a sense of accountability, responsibility and maturity to our words and actions, and it allows us to channel our feelings, our emotions into productive actions. So for some of you, this may be, starting a new business, writing a business plan. For others, it can just be, well, not just be, it can be journaling, doing meditation to work through your emotions rather than escaping into drugs, alcohol and other intoxicating substances, or just doing other things that are reckless and toxic. It allows us and supports us, and we can find it easier to set long-term goals and work, diligently, focusedly towards them, because the energy of Saturn increases our ability to structure our thoughts and emotions. So this makes it a good time for making commitments and laying down the foundations that we need for our future goals. But the sextile square that the sun and the moon are making to Neptune brings complexity, because we may feel inspired and imaginative with this influence, but we may also struggle with confusion and disillusionment, and this can manifest as a struggle between being idealistic in our visions and, facing the stark realities of life. So, okay, you may be in a situation that you can't get out of, or you may not have all the money or the resources you need right now, but sometimes we just have to start, and try and work with what we have got, and just watch out for people manipulating you and you wanting to escape and ignore red flags and recklessly spending money and stuff like that at this time that you may not even have, and just further leading you down into a road of despair. Try and do things that are going to uplift your spirit, uplift your life right now, and just be discerning and mindful of overindulging in unrealistic expectations or escapism or anything else. And balance the disciplined energy of Saturn with the dreamlike qualities of Neptune, and this will help you use your creativity, out of the box thinking while remaining grounded. And this is why it's great. Saturn's here. The moon and the sun also makes a biquintal to the north node. Now this is subtle energy. Most of us will feel this inward, but again it allows us to gain unique insights on our hidden talents, supports us being creative, and it allows us to align our emotions with our goals. This energy does. So this is really, really good for this new moon. It allows us to explore innovative paths and techniques that can lead to more personal happiness, and we can use this intuition and imaginative capabilities that this also brings. So we've got Neptune outwardly bringing it to us. This is more inwardly bringing it to us, the ability to be intuitive and imaginative, and we can allow this soul energy to guide us towards our destined path. And it just helps us to use our creativity to work through our problems right now, and doing this can open doors to new experiences and connections that increase our life's journey. And it wants us to integrate past lessons into our future plans. Also, the moon and the sun's connection to the north node shows that our emotional responses and personal identity wants us to, evolve. So this is supporting the theme of the new moon. This energy is supporting us to go in the direction our life wants to take. For some of you, you may feel pulled to just totally make sweeping changes in your life, and this can be unnerving to those around you and even to yourself. But if you feel that you really want to, pursue the goals that resonate with your deeper self, then go for it. But be mindful of the need to balance your ambitions with a grounded approach. So like I said, look at your own personal circumstances. For some of you, it's a perfect time to blow your house down, for others it's not. So all in all, this energy wants us to explore, but ensure that you're not rushing headlong into new ventures without due consideration. And this is how you can make the most of this energy, So some of you, it's just best to make a strategic plan, like I was saying earlier, to change your life. Also, the sun and the moon makes a quintal to the ascendant, so this increases our self-awareness and personal expression, allowing us, supporting us in tapping into those inner resources and showing off our unique talents more vividly to the world. And as we notice this increased ability to articulate our feelings and intentions, making it a auspicious, a good time for new beginnings and redefining our current path. So a lot of energy supporting us to change. It also wants us to embrace our individuality, our uniqueness, enabling us to attract opportunities that resonate with your true self. And during this phase, interactions with others may feel more meaningful as your emotional state aligns harmoniously with your outward persona. So ultimately it helps us to present ourselves in a way that's authentic and captivating, drawing others who appreciate our distinct approach right now to both our professional and personal growth. So ultimately we can be more charming right now, but we have to maintain a balance, because while we may radiate more creativity and confidence, we have to ensure that our emotions remain grounded, not making promises we can't keep, or not, falling for others' promises that they can't keep, to avoid misunderstandings and miscommunications. So also at the time of the new moon, there's a grand water trine between Mercury in Scorpio, the midheaven in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, and the North Node in Pisces, and Mars in Cancer at a 36% odd. So this allows us to be more self-reflective. So this is really, really good, this grand water triangle, because it's all about emotional depths, and subconscious motivations, and it encourages us to explore these, which I said earlier, it's all about tapping into our subconscious thought patterns. So this helps us to get more clarity in our relationships and partnerships, because we can just be more open to seeing the writing on the wall, going deep, looking at it from all angles. It encourages us to be flexible, and it wants us to let go of outdated relationship patterns and embrace more authentic connections, so really supporting us in what this new moon wants us to do, allow for new opportunities to flow in our life and all of that, and it supports us with our increased creativity, intuition, and we can communicate our feelings more openly. And the North Node in the strong water trine allows us to experience that deeper connection and emotional, spiritual and psychological healing. And it just wants us really to remember that dissolution, letting go of old structures, relationships may be hard and challenging, but can lead to the emergence of more fulfilling and meaningful connections that are aligned with your authentic self and your life purpose and direction. And the pain may come at the beginning, but as time goes on, because time is the biggest healer after all, then we can sort of be open to the newness and that this new moon wants us to have. So now I'm going to talk deeper about the Sabian degrees that are positively and negatively affecting this new moon in the 16th degree of Libra, and the best uses of the energies of these Sabian degrees. So the moon and the sun, as I said, are in the 16th degree of Libra, which has the Sabian symbology, a boat landing washed away. And Saturn is in the 19th degree of Aquarius, which has the Sabian symbol, a forest fire quench. So the symbol of a boat landing washed away can have us focusing and reflecting on the fragility of human construction, relationships, careers, and the inevitability of change. I got there, didn't I? Yeah, so how change is the only constant in life, and in 100 years' time, a lot of us will be, not here anymore, and the world would have changed, so it's very fleeting. There'll be new cultures, new people, new leaders, or whatever, whatever the world's going to look like then. So it shows us, the impermanence of our foundations, whether they be relationships, projects, or personal beliefs, as I said earlier. So it just reminds us that, transformation is the order of life, and being flexible, is needed. It reminds us that sometimes what seems like a loss can make way for new beginnings. It invites us to examine where we need to let go and flow with the currents of life, and it just helps us with creating more resilience in the life of disruptions, and disruptions will always come, right? We all think, I used to think this, when this is correct, well, then that would get correct, but something else would be incorrect, and then it's just best to work with what you've got, and build that inner resilience. So Saturn in the 19th degree of Aquarius encourages us to use our inner strength and wisdom, and it gives us, a chance to face our challenges and resolve them. And the combination of these two symbols allow for us to find balance between the chaos of change and the stability of resolution. And this period can be used for certain intentions that promote recovery and renewal, and enables us to rebuild with a clearer vision, and that's informed by our experiences. And by embracing this duality, it serves as a powerful catalyst for personal growth and deepened understanding. So Neptune is in the 4th degree of Pisces, and this is the Sabian symbol of heavy traffic on a narrow isthmus linking to seaside resorts. So just think of it as a isthmus as a narrow road. So obviously I went and searched, and the isthmus is just a narrow piece of land that connects two bigger pieces of land. So This symbol invites us to consider the complexities and potential frustrations that are inherent as we navigate our current circumstances, as we think about letting go, and this imagery shows that while you may find yourself in a crowded space, emotionally, socially or professionally, there is a vital link to the opportunities that lie ahead, and encourages us to remain patient and focused as we navigate this narrow path, recognizing that the congestion, the obstacles that life brings, the disruptions, can lead to moments of reflection and deeper understanding. So the need for efficient communication and teamwork becomes paramount, as it is through these connections that you will find your way to, a more expansive outlook and environments, friendships, relationships, partnerships, whatever it is you're seeking. And the moon's north node is in the 11th degree of Pisces, which has the Sabian symbol, men seeking illumination. So this supports that, if we go on the quest for deeper knowledge and understanding of our life circumstances and purpose, we will have to transcend the mundane aspects of everyday life and seek out higher truths, so doing that research to, whatever it is, spiritual research, logical research, technical research, scientific research, or just finding the tools that can help you live your best life. And it reminds us that while external circumstances may feel like an obstacle, your spiritual and intellectual pursuits, can provide clarity and insights. And by aligning your efforts with the search for illumination, you can transform the stagnation of traffic into a pathway towards enlightenment, allowing us to navigate the complexities of our experiences with wisdom and purpose. Also, the ascendant is in the 27th degree of Sagittarius, which has the Sabian symbol. The sculptor's vision is taking form. So this wants us to reflect on a powerful moment of manifestation and creative realization. And as we navigate current challenges, you may feel an increased sense of clarity regarding your goals and the steps needed to bring them into reality. And this degree, reminds us that we possess the artistic, the creation energy, the ability to shape our life intentionally if we're willing to, make the conscious effort. Because a lot of the time we run on subconscious autopilot with our thoughts, and the subconscious guides us, and normally it guides us into things that are not necessarily good for us. So by aligning our inner vision and our conscious action and words to guide us, we can embrace this process of creation and refinement, and using the energy that the symbol embodies, which is to take bold, courageous and measured actions in the pursuit of our goals. But we have to be mindful of the potential pitfalls of impatience and perfectionism. And while the sculpture's vision can drive you towards greatness, it may also create restlessness if progress doesn't unfold as swiftly as you desire. And by balancing your ambitions with an openness to the natural flow of development, recognize that every chisel stroke contributes to the final masterpiece. And by integrating discipline and resilience into your creative journey, you can navigate obstacles with grace and ensure that your vision not only takes form, but it flourishes, it grows, with your day-to-day actions, So it's about using astrological energy to, sometimes just give you reassurance, but also to push you ahead on your journey. So now I'm going to talk about the physical and overall health implications and the esoteric occult meanings of the Sabian degrees. So the Sun and the Moon in the 16th degree of Libra, which rules the renal arteries in the human body, and Saturn's in the 19th degree of Aquarius, which rules the spinous nervous system in the human body. So again, we can feel more aligned with our body, especially concerning our renal arteries right now. So it wants us to make sure we maintain, taking enough fluid to maintain balance and healthy kidney function, and doing exercises that promote kidney health, and eating food that promotes kidney health, paying special attention to our diet, ensuring it's rich in hydration and nutrients that, as I said, support our renal health, as imbalances can not only affect your physical well-being, but also your emotional, psychological and spiritual state. And it wants us to harmonise both our internal systems and interpersonal relationships. And Saturn wants us to look after our spines, doing exercise that promotes our spine health. And the 19th degree of Aquarius links our mental resilience to our physical strength. So it brings a period where we can explore the interconnectedness of our thoughts and our physical form, and we may experience tension or stiffness, signaling the need for practices that create flexibility and alignment, such as Tai Chi, yoga, spinal adjustments, focusing on both your renal health and spinal integrity can lead to a more profound understanding of how your body communicates and responds to the energies around and within you, And, once again, it supports the development of awareness and having the intention to, provide holistic healing for yourself on all levels and seeking out the tools that help you. So Neptune in the 4th degree of Pisces, ruling the left foot, symbolises a deeper connection between our intuition and physical sensations. We may find that we have an increased sensitivity in this area, and this pushes us to explore the subtle energies that flow through our body. And because the left foot is associated with receptivity and self-reflection, it can serve as a barometer for your emotional state. Some of you may be in tune with the environment and other people's feelings, or this may just, the cramps or problems there, makes you do stretches and exercises to relieve it, but there may be discomfort or tingling sensations that may indicate unprocessed emotions or stress manifesting within your physical body. And this Neptunian influence can encourage you to tap into your creative and psychic abilities, and by acknowledging your emotions and nurturing your health on all levels at this time, you can experience healing in all levels, spiritually, emotionally, financially, psychologically and physically. And the North Node in Pisces, that rules the lymph vessels of the foot, and the Ascendant is in the 27th degree Sagittarius, which forms our glutes, our glute muscles. So the North Node in the 11th degree of Pisces again supports emotional healing and wants us to tap into the collective consciousness and resonate with the lymphatic system of our feet, so looking after our lymph health. Rebounding, jumping, trampolining is good for this, and drinking enough water to detoxify the body. But again, specific exercises like rebounding can really help you with lymph health. And by being mindful of your physical health, you can increase your ability to process emotions and establish more profound connections with yourself and others. And again, exercises and massage techniques that promote lymphatic drainage, as well as gentle exercises. Do this, you can just massage your lymph nodes and stuff like that. They can support your emotional and releasing of or support right now of your well-being. The Ascendant in the 27th degree of Sagittarius wants us to look after our glute health, our hip health, our leg health, all that structure from the hip downwards, and also pushes us to stand firm in our beliefs while remaining adaptable to new experiences. And by paying attention to the tightness or discomfort in this area, incorporating strength training exercises or stretching, as I said, can help you increase your physical resilience and emotional, psychological balance, and empower you to pursue your goals confidently. So overall, these two energies want us to harmonise the physical and emotional aspects of our being, and just create a more holistic approach to looking after our overall well-being in general, So now I'm going to conclude with talking about the best things for creatives, professionals, entrepreneurs, alternative healers, lovers and singles, and self-partnered people to do during this new moon. So creatives, it's an ideal time to let go of old ideas and start on new creative projects. Professionals can find success by reassessing their goals and setting sail, towards fresh opportunities. Entrepreneurs can use this energy to adapt their strategies and navigate the changing tides in their industries. Alternative healers can focus on releasing negative energies and embracing more spiritual growth and facilitating it in their clients as well. Lovers can strengthen their relationships by addressing past issues and starting anew. Singles might consider letting go of past heartaches and opening themselves up to new romantic possibilities, or making plans to do so, And self-partnered individuals can use this time for self-reflection, setting new intentions and nurturing their personal growth. So in conclusion, this new moon in Libra in the 16th degree on the 1st of November, it's important to reflect on the different implications of the Sabian symbol of a boat landing washed away. This new moon invites us to consider the holistic astrological influences that push a re-evaluation of our relationships and partnerships. It pushes us to seek balance and harmony. Practically, as I said, it wants us to let go of outdated structures and habits that no longer serve you. Materially, it encourages you to be more flexible and open new opportunities, even if they come in unexpected ways, Financially, it wants us to reassess our commitments and investments, seeking clarity, even if, there are challenges at this time. Socially, it reminds us of the interconnectedness of our community, guiding us to create stronger bonds while also embracing the changes that come with collective growth. And we should embrace this transformative energy of this new moon to inspire us to rebuild and redefine our path going forward. So that's the end of this in-depth special on the new moon on the 1st of November. I'm Amani, take care and see you next time.